There's so much about the water element in this Earth Day. Can you talk about the impact that Earth Day and all organizations are trying to do to save the oceans and the things that are going into the oceans in particular?
Gotcha. So one of the big things that is a threat to the oceans is all of the chemicals that we use in plastics. So the plastics are floating in the oceans, but also a lot of those chemicals are a health hazard to living things. And so one thing we're doing is we're educating companies on alternatives to toxic materials and plastics. So they can either switch to glass or they could switch to at least still man-made chemicals, but ones that are less likely to make people and other living things sick.
Is it nice to see like a young festival like this Earth Day that's exploded after these few years?
It's crazy. It's crazy that well, first of all, it figures being in Texas that it's the biggest one, right? But then also it's cool and crazy. There's a buzz and an excitement, which is nice.
Where do you see not only Earth Day, but just the impact of everything that's going on right now in the next 10, maybe 50 years as far as the environment?
Well, we have a short-term challenge around the environment, which is that we have an administration that is not as worried about it. But there's a long-term path that's moving in a particular direction. And so, like, for example, if you look at the switch to renewables from oil and gas, that's going to happen no matter what, because it's happening now with low natural gas prices, and if the prices go up, it's just going to create more incentive for renewables. So, for example, in the case of oil and gas, we're just going to move to a whole system that is less dependent on digging million-year-old plants and animals out of the ground, and more dependent on our ingenuity.
Well, Michael, thank you for all that you do and the organization. Thank you so much.